welcome to CEO.CA. My name is James Fettham, and today I'm joined by Harry Chu. Harry is President and CEO of Arctic Fox Lithium. Arctic Fox are an exploration story in the James Bay region, trading on the CSE under the ticker AFX and the Frankfurt Stock Exchange under the ticker 7N4. Welcome, Harry.
Thank you. Thank you very much, James.
So I'm wondering if we can dive right in and start with the Arctic Fox elevator pitch. Give us the 1 minute summary of the company.
Okay, yeah. Arctic Fox is a junior mining exploration company with its major focus on hard rock lithium in the Quebec region, James Bay, Quebec region of Canada. We've acquired 3 prolific properties encompassing close to 145 claims, roughly 7,700 hectares of land, and all in the region where all the major players are. So we're quite excited in terms of what we want to do in the next 2 to 3 months in terms of exploration.
Fantastic. I think that's it's an exciting place to start. So you've done a lot of staking claims. You over 100 claims and 7,700 hectares. You just said, but I'm wondering, why the James Bay region? What is it about that area that makes it so appealing for lithium exploration? And maybe if you could give us a rundown of some of the activity there that initially drew your attention.
Oh, okay. Good question. James Bay. Why James Bay? James Bay has become the center point for, I think, not only in Canada, but also worldwide for our hard rock lithium. A lot of the major lithium players are in there. Outcome being one. Patriot Metals. Everybody knows Patriot Metals. Critical Element. So there are a number of major players that are focused on hard rock lithium in Canada. Plus, Quebec has become the center point for Canada for exploration, particularly in rare earth. And they've provided a number of incentives to bring companies there. 4 motor companies entered the regime, Volkswagen. So a number of big companies are starting to put a mark in Canada and particularly Quebec.
Yeah, it sounds, it's one of the most exciting regions maybe in the world, especially for lithium production and exploration. Could you tell us, of the claims that you've staked and your land package, could you tell us maybe about the specific properties? Why did you acquire those specific projects, and what work is being done to further develop them in the coming months?
Yeah, okay. We have 3 properties that we've acquired over the last 4 to 5 months. Canada Lake, Delta Lake, and Pontex. All 3 properties are located in the James Bay region, close proximity to a number of other players. Outcome being the most major. We're only 12 kilometers from them. Outcome just signed a letter of intent to merge with a company called Livent for a combined entity value of well over $10 billion. And then there's Critical Element, which is going to go on production. There's a Wambuchi, Damascus, which is relatively close to us, 40 kilometers away. They signed a deal with Ford Motor Company to provide up to 13,000 tons of lithium hydrogen oxide over the next 10 to 11 years. So we're quite excited. I mean, if we find anything on our properties, those would all become natural feeders for their plants for our property.
Yeah, and so which properties are you actively exploring at the moment, and can you tell us any work that's being planned over the next few months?
Our plan is to work on all 3 properties. I mean, the main focus will be on Canada Lake and Delta, being the 2 original ones that we acquired. We've noticed in the data we compiled, one reason why we got these properties, the data we compiled from government work that was done previously, as well as our own work that we've done using Google Earth. We've identified close to 30 plus pegmatite outcrops on all the properties. So we think that's quite significant. We can see it all on surface, so the work will become a lot easier for our team to go on, which we're expecting to do sometime in July or August once the fire situation gets under control. So we expect we'll be on the ground. We have a team ready to go in July or August to do some soil sampling, assay, chip sampling, and hopefully identify targets so we can drill this coming late fall, early winter.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, hopefully everything clears up. And you can get some boots on the ground later in the summer. I'm wondering, what is your long-term vision for these projects? Do you anticipate being a mine builder yourself, or do you anticipate some type of deal down the line? What's your vision on these properties?
I mean, our vision may be a little different from what other people. I mean, we're not here to build a mine. We're here to build an asset. So our plan is to drill a number of shallow holes between 50 to 100 meters in depth, and hopefully be able this coming late fall, spring, early spring next year, or winter this coming up, get somewhere between 30 to 40 holes down and identify if there's lithium on the properties. I mean, if we get to that point, then I'm sure there'll be a number of suitors looking to either acquire us or do a joint venture with us.
Fantastic. Thank you, Harry. And do you have any closing remarks, anything else you'd like to share with the community at CEO.CA?
Yeah, I mean, Arctic Fox is a new player in the regime, but we were very careful in selecting the property we've had. We've had a number of properties that were presented to us, and through our own due diligence and work that we've done using government data and information that we had available to us, we narrowed it down to these 3 properties. And the reason why we did that was simply because what we've identified and the key signature to lithium is spodumene pegmatites. So if we can see it on surface, that makes it a lot easier to explore. And plus, the properties are relatively close to infrastructure. In 2 cases, we're only 500 meters away from the main road. So there's power, there's infrastructure, and accessibility. We're not looking at flying helicopters, 50 to 100 kilometers to get to a property. So that will reduce the cost of exploration for us and gives us maximum value for the dollars we're spending on the ground.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of upside with some low-cost exploration. Harry will be sure to keep an eye on the story over the coming months. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
I appreciate the time. Thanks, James.